Hi, this is Ron Erickson from the Yankee Hill Winery Cooking School. Today we are going to make fresh pasta. We're going to make fettuccine. And so to do this, I am using half a cup of semolina flour and half a cup of bread flour. And then we want some salt added. So we'll put some salt on there. And then we'll mix these together. And this makes a wonderful pasta. Once you taste fresh pasta, you'll never buy store-bought pasta again. So we mix it up like this, all the dry ingredients together, and then we want to make a well in the middle. And so in that well, we're going to put one large egg, and 1/8 cup of water, and then some olive oil. And then we want to kind of mix this in. Now you could use a fork. I like to use these scrapers. And we just want to start to mix it together. And you can mix this in a mixer if you like. But I just am used to doing it on a board like this. When I wanted to learn how to make pasta, I went to Italy, went to a town called Pescara. And there I asked, who makes the best pasta in town? And everybody pointed to the house of this one lady. Her name was Iris. And she took me in for several weeks making pasta, and it was just a great time. But she did not use a machine. She used all muscle. And when she told me what to do, I just did it. I wasn't going to mess around with her. So then, once we have a mix like that, we can take some flour in our hand, and then we just start to press this together. And we want to press it down because it takes pressure to get the moisture throughout the dough. And so we just keep pressing it. Now, if you happen to not get enough moisture, if you have a spray bottle around, you can use that. Make sure you're not using the one that you use for bug spray. And just with water, and just spray it a little bit. Now you see, each time I press down, I'm picking up just a little bit more of the dry ingredients. So, if we want to add water, we just go like that, and then we press down, and you see all of the dry stuff gets pulled up in it. So now we're just going to pick this up, fold it over, okay, like that. Now, you may want to roll this out a little bit first. I like to divide it in half and then roll it out with a pin just a little bit. Now, to make the pasta, I'm going to be using a KitchenAid roller. And this roller, it goes from 1 to 8, 1 being the widest opening and 8 being the most narrow. For fettuccine, I want to go to 6. And so first we'll just put it in here and roll it through. Now it may tear, which is fine. This is where most people quit and put all their equipment on and sell it at their garage sale. But you can just fold it like this. Here's a little piece. And then we just set it back in like that. And each time we roll it through, if we fold it over, it's going to get smoother and smoother. So then like this. Then I'll just fold it in half. And then I'm just going to fold in the edges here. And that will give me a straight piece. Now, if we were making lasagna, this may be just perfect. So we want to roll it through about 5 or 6 times. Okay, now if your pasta feels sticky, just put some flour on the board and drop it into it. Don't sprinkle it on top, because here it's picking up the flour where it needs it, where it's wet. Now, here I'm going to take and I'm going to move from 1 to 2. And we put that in. And then we'll go to 3. And then 4. And you can see it's getting a little bit bigger. Now on 5, it's going to stretch out quite a bit. And you can just let it fall over and then it will just follow right in. And you can see this is getting to be longer. And so 6 will be the last one. And so there we go, we have a nice piece of pasta here. And so then I'm going to remove this, because this is the roller, and then this is the cutter. If you don't have a cutter, we could just roll this up and cut it with a knife into noodles. So you can do it either way. So here, don't they look beautiful? And so here we have this, and if we wanted to keep them for a while, we could wrap them up like this and put them in the freezer and then put them in a Ziploc bag. If we are going to be using them fairly soon, we just set them out like this, throw some flour on top, kind of mix that up a little bit, because we want these to dry out a little bit before we cook them. And it doesn't take very long. So we will make up this other piece and then we will cook up the pasta. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so here we have our fresh pasta that we made up, and we have some water boiling, so I'm just going to slide this right in there. Now fresh pasta cooks in 2 to 3 minutes. So it makes it really easy. And so we'll wait for that to come back to a boil. Now, I do not salt the water because we salted the pasta. And people ask, do I add olive oil to my water? No, I don't. The reason being is that all oil floats on water. So it can't keep your pasta separate. It can only float on top. And I think if we had about 300 million people pouring olive oil in their pasta water, the olive oil people are going to make a lot of money that day. So we'll just let this kind of go and see. Now this has a whole different texture than regular pasta that you would buy in the store. So here, let me turn it down. Whoops. Didn't make it. But it's all cooked. And so here we just take it out. We want a little of the pasta water to get in there, so we're not worried about draining it that much. And then we can just take this and stir our fresh tomato sauce into it. There we go. Like that. And you always want to add your pasta to the pan that you have your sauce in. You don't want to pour it on top. And so there we have where it's all mixed together. And so all we'd have to do is to just add some cheese to that. And of course a wonderful glass of wine. And then we would have our fresh pasta with a fresh pasta sauce all cooked up. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is Ron Erickson at the Yankee Hill Winery Cooking School. I drink to your health when I'm with you. I drink to your health when I'm alone. I drink to your health so damn much, I'm ruining my own. Thanks for watching.